Canadians. Erica Folo sits in second, tied with Emma Lawson in points. Brooke Wells is in fourth place. Danielle Brandon is in fifth. 11 women advance from this semifinal to the CrossFit Games. Shelby Neal, the last woman in at this point, and a couple of veterans on the outside looking in. Amanda Barnhart and Haley Adams. Adams went from second to 14th after that last event. Event number 3. It's a sprint, although it takes a while.
Yeah, and it can be a bruiser. It's going to affect a lot of the female athletes differently than we saw the males, with the upper body pulling and the volume that accumulates. 7 rounds, echo bike calories, and legless rope climbs with some box jump overs sprinkled in at 24 inches.
GoRuck steps to success.
The key here is to not get lost in transition. Be very intentional as the box gets further from the rope each and every round. And be a biker. 10 calories for women is nothing to ignore. They've got to be intentional with the pace they set early and stick with it through all 7 rounds.
10 women on the floor here for this third of 4 heats. Alexis Raptis is in lane number 5. She comes in 7th place overall. And for more on her, here's Bella Martin.
7th place overall, a phenomenal position for Alexis to be in, closing out the day here for the ladies. She's one of those teen success stories. She's gone to the games twice as a teen, twice as an adult. She is one of those athletes that made it out and back to the games on an upward trend. A 6th place finish last year. I think she's going to do it again this year. She's just got to get there.
Chloe Govan-David is in lane number 1. She spent the last 2 years at the games on a team. Last year with Move Fast, Live Heavy. Finished 4th overall, and then in 2022 she was on Pro 1's team. 9th place finish back in the individual competition, looking to get to the games as an individual for the first time since 2018. We are underway. Top time belongs to Jordan Sheffs in heat number 2. 11 minutes 32 seconds. Hustle Up is the official timekeeper of the CrossFit semifinals. Scan the QR code on the screen for a chance to win a CrossFit World Tour visiting CrossFit gyms around the globe. Terms and conditions apply. And there is Alexis Raptis coming off a 5th place finish in event number 2. And she and Fee Sagafi, along with Mary Helen Saunders in lane 6 in the orange top, lane 7, and another orange top is Kira Napoli. Sagafi and Raptis first 2 to their first set of 10 box jump overs.
Yeah, no hesitation here from any of these women on that first round, which I don't expect even through the out and back. We'll start to see some real separation take place, Sean, in between rounds 3 and 4 as the volume accumulates. But right now, they're both making fast work of these box jump overs. Notice how they're kind of working one side of their box, almost stepping laterally off of it so they don't have to lift that knee as high to step off the box.
Round 1 just about done for Alexis Raptis, Fee Sagafi, and Shelby Neal. Neal's on the right side of your screen, lane 3. Sagafi in the middle, Raptis on the left.
Shelby Neal, an athlete to watch. Anytime there's legless rope climbs involved, she's had a bit of a nemesis with this movement throughout her history, but openly admits she spends time refining that movement. I'm sure it still takes up a little bit of headspace in her mind. Anytime that we have something that we know can be a weakness, it kind of lives there, but it gives her a lot of momentum and, of course, intentionality to train it on a regular basis. So we're going to see how she stacks up against these 13 legless rope climbs in this event.
As the official footwear and apparel partner of CrossFit and the CrossFit Games, GoRuck wants to give your gym the chance to win the official shoe of CrossFit. Head over to GoRuck.com/CrossFit and enter for the chance to win 50 free pairs of Rough Runners for you and your affiliate. Raptis, your leader, into round 2, followed closely by Fee Sagafi in the blue on the left side. Shelby Neal currently sits in 3rd. Neal right now in that 11th and final qualifying spot for the games. Raptis and Sagafi rep for rep on their 2nd of 7 rounds of those box jump overs. Here comes Shelby Neal, and in lane 7 in the orange top, Kira Napoli. And then top of your screen in lanes 10 and in lanes 9, Callista Lang. She's in the black top, and Brianna Dunbar in the yellow. And there is Shelby Neal, just 4 points clear of Lexi Neely right now. for that final spot, but 300 points.
That's right.
Half the competition still to go.
That's what I was going to say, man. So much shuffling left to happen. So many opportunities for these young women to shuffle up and down that leaderboard as we watch them continue to navigate these legless rope climbs. Fee Sagafi and Alexis Raptis having no problem getting up that rope early.
Sagafi in the blue, Raptis in the black, right side of your screen. They are now into their third of 7 rounds. Once again, the time to beat belongs to Jordan Sheffs, 11 minutes, 32 seconds.
And you'll notice the women are going to spend a little bit more time on the bike erg. We talked with, Scott Panchik. I was about to call him Spencer and Saxon and everything else, but here. Scott, man.
You can't swing a dead cat without hitting this Panchik around here.
That's true. But Scott and Chris Henshaw earlier today both echoed, hey, mass moves mass when we talk about ergs, and men typically get through calories faster on an erg like the bike or the rower. We'd more commonly see this almost differentiated in the form of 10 calories for men and 7 for the women. But in this event specifically, they're all going 10 calories, so the women are losing a bit of time there in transition and overall accumulated time on this event.
Raptis is now starting to separate from Fee Sagafi. As you see Fee Sagafi get to the rope climb here in round 3 before she moves back to the box jumps to join Alexis Raptis. So Shelby Neal and Raptis now, Shelby Neal and Sagafi fighting for second place as Raptis continues to lead. Here comes Shelby Neal. And in lane 7, it's Cara Napoli, who's on to the box jumps as well here in round 3. And Alexis Raptis is done. 1 rope climb to go, and then she will be into her 4th of 7 rounds.
And on the jog, we know being lost in transition is a really big focus here on this event. So she's doing a great job at policing herself and staying urgent in the transitions.
Fee Sagafi closing out round number 3, and she will join Raptis on the bike in round 4, as is Shelby Neal, as she's now done with her 3rd round. For one last weekend of semifinals, CrossFit is offering 20% off the online L1 course if you register this weekend with the code SC20. This is your last chance to learn more about the methodology we all know and love. The offer is valid May 31st through June 3rd. Only valid for first-time registrants in the online L1 course. It's not valid for revalidation or with any other offers or discounts.
The level 1, a lot of memories. I remember my first one, Sean, 2010 November. I was exposed to the methodology. It changed my life completely. It helped me don the red shirt. It helped me coach CrossFit. Now I'm up here with you, talking the sport, man.
Alexis Raptis continuing to build her lead into round 4 here. 10 more box jump overs for Alexis, 7th place overall, coming into the event with 158 total points, as Fee Sagafi is getting set to join her. Sagafi right now also in a qualifying spot. She's 9th place overall. Shelby Neal making her way up the rope.
And doing it smoothly, Sean. I love the Tarzan-style rope climb that she's executing with swinging her legs from side to side. It creates a natural cadence and momentum that actually propels her center of mass upward every time she pulls on the rope.
Alexis Raptis is well ahead of the pace set by Jordan Sheffs at this point of the event.
We notice Raptis has a bit of an opposite approach to the way Shelby Neal's executing. She does a knee pump, so that means she drives her heels towards her bum every time she makes a pull, and that allows her to be propelled vertically.
11:33.25 seconds. That's the time to beat from Jordan Sheffs. And Alexis Raptis is on that pace right now. All by herself in first place.
It was Jordan Sheffs who set the standard with the 11:32.3.
Alexis Raptis started off the competition with an 11th place finish in event 1 on Friday. Came back this morning, 5th place in event number 2.
We could assume Alexis Raptis would be eyeing this legless rope climb event, Sean. 83% of the time, she's going to have a top 10 finish when a legless rope climb is present.
Raptis does have a semifinal event win. Came back in 2021. She won push-pull 2014 2.0. But consistently inside the top 10 at this level. 15 finishes inside the top 10 in events in the semifinals for Alexis Raptis. And she's looking to finish this set of 10 before Fee Sagafi even gets to the box. Raptis is done. She's through 5 of her 7 rounds. She'll advance the box and head back to the bike. First, second, and third have separated themselves. Fisa Goffi in the blue, she sits in second. And Shelby Neal is in third.
And what I love about this, Sean, is she continues to have her urgency in transition. She equally has planting the chalk in different locations so that she can pick it up on her way, and there's no stoppage in order for her to make sure she's got her grip enhanced for those rope climbs.
Alexis Raptis is right on Jordan Sheff's pace from Heat 2. This one's probably going to be close between the two of them as far as the top time goes. Raptis working through her 6th round of 10 calories on the bike. Fisa Goffi, 9th place overall. 13th in event number 1. She's in lane 4 in the blue. And then a 10th in event 2. 137 points coming in. Looking to give herself a little more cushion heading into the 3rd and final day of competition. 3 events tomorrow, so still half of the competition to go. As Alexis Raptis moves to the box for the 6th time.
Just stashing chalk everywhere. Hey, man, put it in your shirt, put it in your pants, put it wherever you got to put it in order not to stop to use it. And it's keeping her forward in her momentum. That's a vet move right there. Great strategy.
Fisa Goffi now just getting to the rope climb here.
Well, and Sean, her rope climbs have steadily slowed. She uses more of a strict pull. One element of feedback that I'd give Fee, she might even be a stronger puller than these other women, but she's using a less efficient technique because she might naturally be stronger in this movement. We watch Alexis Raptis, watch the pump of her lower body. She brings her heels to her bum every time, and it allows her pulls to be a little shorter and a little tighter.
Raptis picking up the pace here. She's about 10 seconds ahead of Jordan Sheffs, who has the top time. Jordan Sheffs got done with round 6 at 10:05.
And she's being very diligent. You see her eyes dialed on that monitor. She knows what pace she is capable to keep, and she's being very intentional with doing so. She's either watching the watts there in the middle, or she's watching the cadence, that 66, 67. Those are the RPMs, the revolutions per minute that she's focused on. This is probably dialed in between her and her coach, some kind of game plan where they're like, hey, you're not going to feel like keeping this pace, but you're capable. Stay dialed. It's going to keep you on pace to do what you need to do.
1 calorie left for Alexis Raptis. And she's in. 1 final rope climb. She looks to track down the top time from Jordan Sheffs. And Raptis sprinting to the box. And she'll get right to work on her final set of 10. Three left for Raptis. And Alexis Raptis has the top time and a heat win. 11:10 unofficially for Alexis Raptis.
And the fans are going to let you know. Fisa Goffi focused there on her final bike. Shelby Neal also with a hand in the air here. This break here could cost Fee, but she needs it for her grip. Otherwise, she wouldn't take it.
Shelby Neal is still on the bike, starting to slow her pace as she has now finished her 10 calories, and she will head to the road. Oh, Fisa Goffi with a spill there. She is okay.
She's actually laughing it off. Okay, that's a good sign.
Here comes Shelby Neal trying to catch Fisa Goffi. Goffi now through 3 before Neal starts her set. Lane 7, here comes Chiara Napoli, and also in lane number 2, Caitlin Sanders.
Every second counts. Stand by. The heat that is waiting is watching their times.
And Fisa Goffi is going to take 2nd place in the heat. Now the fight for 4th as Neal is across in 3rd place. Top of the screen, lane 7, that's Chiara Napoli. She's going to get in as Caitlin Sanders got a no rep at the bottom of your screen in lane 2, and now she is across the finish line. And that leaves Chloe Govan-David and Brianna Dunbar on the floor. Govan-David is in. And Brianna Dunbar closing out her set. Next woman to finish will be Caroline Klutz in lane 8. Final rush for Klutz, and she is in with 3 minutes to spare. Callista Lang starting her final set. Mary Helen Saunders is the only other woman left on the floor, and she is trying to get through her final rope climb back at the rig.
Lang using the high landing position, keeping her hips high, not staying low like we've seen all the other competitors do for the most part. Just force her to jump just a little bit higher, increases the time to accumulate those 70 in this workout.
Callista Lang is in. And now Mary Helen Saunders looking to close out this heat. And she's done. Alexis Raptis has your new time to beat. 11:10.68 seconds, beats Fisa Gaffi by a minute.
Yeah, it was extremely impressive. Her consistency throughout this event is what really allowed her to create the separation. Her box jumps were steady. She was smooth in transitions. Fee was right there on her heels early as we see her even making her way back to the bike. Same time as Raptis on several rounds. But it was here. The discipline that Raptis executed, keeping the pace she needed to keep on her bike, staying urgent in her transitions late. It continued to allow her to pull away, but I felt like she did a really great job navigating the rope climbs from beginning to end. Rep 1 all the way to rep 13, they were the same, Sean. And then, of course, urgency through the finish as she knows there's 10 women standing by, watching her execute, going to try to punch down that 11:10.
Found an extra gear late.